The move to eliminate the tariffs came on Friday, fueled by a growing public push to address the rising costs of groceries. It's a sharp reversal in public policy by the U.S. president, who has been a strong proponent of the tariffs and has relentlessly pursued the implementation on global trade. But tariffs aren't the only issue on the table for Trump, as members from his own party are beginning to question the president's alleged ties with convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. And with me now to discuss is Sylvain Charlebois, Senior Director of Agri-Food Analytics Lab at Dalhousie University. Thank you for joining me this morning, sir. So give us some context in terms of why these particular products are now being exempt from those U.S. tariffs.
Well, simply put, I think that President Trump is starting to get it. Taxing food will eventually lead to political punishment, especially as we get closer to the holidays. The American Thanksgiving is just around the corner. You do not want to punish your own people, and these tariffs are not only having an impact on Americans, but on well, everywhere around the globe. Essentially, consumers are being impacted. 34% of the consumer market is located in the United States. As soon as you start tariffing any product going into the U.S., you're affecting the whole world, including Canadians. And so this news that came out last night is good news for us Canadians, because a lot of food comes through the U.S. into Canada, and that will now be tariff-free. So, and also, Canadian exporters into the U.S., a lot of products won't be tariffed anymore. So that's going to help a lot of sectors.
So it does look like the president is doing this to help affordability concerns amongst Americans. But will we see a difference here in Canada as well?
Likely, I would say. I'm thinking about products like bananas, citrus fruits, coffee. Most packaged goods coming from the U.S. I mean, all of these products actually had ingredients coming into the U.S. Many of these ingredients were tariffed, so it's going to bring down costs, and so less pressure on food prices as we get closer to the holidays. So this is certainly good news for Americans, but it's also good news for Canadian consumers. And now, Prime Minister Carney did understand that when you tax food at the border with counter tariffs, you eventually punish Canadians. So he eliminated all tariffs, counter tariffs, on September 1st. Now, for President Trump, it took 11 months for him to understand that. So it took 11 months. We're here, so we'll benefit from that measure.
Sylvain, the president for months has said the tariffs were not fueling inflation, but can tariffs on food contribute to inflation?
Absolutely. The difference between food and everything else in the economy is that margins are extremely, extremely thin. So you just need a 10% at the border, a 25% at the border to make a huge difference. And I think that President Trump is starting to understand that.
Now, in terms of food prices here, are there other non-tariff related factors you are paying attention to in the months to come?
Well, obviously, you need to pay attention to geopolitics, what's going to happen with Canada and the U.S. and negotiations in relation to CUSMA 2.0. Hopefully, things will work out. I do believe that Ottawa is doing its best to create winning conditions in order for us to agree with the Americans and the Mexicans as well. And establish a new partnership moving forward. So that's certainly one thing that we're going to be paying attention to.
Okay, thank you so much for your time this morning. That is Sylvain Charlebois, Senior Director, Agri-Food Analytics Lab at Dalhousie University. Thank you so much.